Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cluster API Weekly Office Hours. It's the 1st of October. As I'm sure you're all well aware, we are a subproject of SIG Cluster Lifecycle, and we abide by the Kubernetes community rules of conduct, which we can summarize as, let's make this a fun, welcoming place where everybody gets to participate. If you want to add your name to the attendees list here, please do so. That'd be great. And if anyone is here for the first time or wants to introduce themselves again or whatever, I will be quiet for a second, and please feel free to unmute and introduce yourself.
Yes. Hello. My name is Mohammed, and I work at NumSpot, that is a French platform provider, and we use a lot cluster API. So this is my first time to this office hour. So I'm happy to be here. I couldn't came to the last two sessions because of some troubles, but never mind. I'm here today to present a small proposal.
Great. Welcome. Thanks for coming, Mohammed.
Thank you.
Anyone else? I think not. All right, let's move on. Open proposal readouts. Let's back up here. See if we have any updates. Any updates on the propagate taints from machine templates to nodes?
I should have something for re-review by the end of the week.
Great.
But otherwise, no updates.
Update coming soon. Independent worker topology versions. Any movement there?
I think we were holding off on that until some other other proposals got merged in. At least that's the last I heard.
Sounds good. That kind of rings a bell.
I think that's what it comes down to, yeah. So for reason, I am currently pretty busy on trying to make progress with chain upgrade and in place so that we are not at risk in getting a lot of stuff done for the next release. There's not much spare bandwidth in general on our side at the moment.
Makes sense. And last open proposal, external CA and cert signing. Any updates there?
Yes, but I can present this proposal if you want.
Oh, this is the new one.
Yes.
Right on. Yeah. Go for it. Yeah, if you can summarize it briefly. Let me click on the link.
Yes, I think Fabrizio had the context, but I can present the context for everyone. So basically, we use Cluster API in our platform, and our platform has to be certified by the ANSSI, that is the French National Cybersecurity Agency. And one of the non-compliant issues that they give to us is that the CA of our cluster are not secure because they live in the cluster itself and also in the management cluster. And the idea of this proposal is to make cluster API fully compatible with externalized CAs. So when I say externalized CAs, I mean that their keys must never leave the system where they reside. So on our side, we use open barrow PKI, but you can use other systems like Vault, for example. And today, Cluster API is, I can say, nearly compatible. There is one blocking point that is the creation of an etcd client certificate. So in the proposal, I propose to so the user of Cluster API can provide all the certificate that Cluster API need, and also some other improvement to simplify the creation of a cluster with external ZCA. So I propose also I made a PR for the blocking point with etcd client certificate, but yes, external CI is already supported by, but the proposal also make the possibility to allow external signing also. Today, Cluster API needs the CA keys to create all the certificate clients or server, but doesn't allow external signing. I don't know if I am very clear, but you can ask me some questions if you want.
Mostly made sense to me. Any questions about that? I don't see any hands.
Just to complete what
Oh.
Mohamed say is there some because I work with him on that topic. We wonder if there is any breaking point to go further on that way, or do you think we need to change something? We try to be the less intrusive as we could, because we are just kind of fixing some small issue currently with that features because it's already supported as we say earlier. But yeah, I don't know if it's the right way to do. So just want to have your guess about it.
Yeah, Fabrizio, go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for writing the proposal coming up. Thank you for being a user of Cluster API. So I'm generally okay with the problem statement. I just want to make a small clarification. So if your concern is that the certificates or the key exist in the workload cluster, or if the key exists in the management cluster, I will just to highlight that if someone gains access to your control plane nodes or manage access to your management cluster, you have way bigger problem than the fact that the key is there. They can do, they can delete TCD, they can delete control plane, they can do whatever. So I say it is part of a security posture, but it's not really. You have to take different measures to make sure that no one accesses your control plane and no one accesses your management cluster without the proper right. So,
yeah, in fact, it's just the only issue we found, but we also implement other mechanisms. For example, tuning the cloud inits of nodes to ask, for example, Vault with a one-time password, a one-time token to know sign their CSR to get their certificate. But it doesn't require a modification of Cluster API because it's already supported. you can, just stack some pre-kubeadm command or post-kubeadm command to issue and sign the certificate. So it works quite well. So we could integrate with the existing framework.
Yeah, but the problem is that if someone gain access to the workload cluster, they can not only see the key, they can go and delete the API server or delete the TCD. So
no, because there is no key on the control plane, only the certificate, not the key itself.
Yeah, but there are in a control plane node in a workload cluster, there is so many ways that they can screw up your cluster.
Yes, I agree with you, Fabrizio. But there is also a third point. So you said you said if a hacker get to the workload cluster or the management cluster, but there is also another possibility that is depending of the infrastructure provider. When cluster API transmit the CA keys, it transmitted within user data, and the user data are depending of the infrastructure provider public. So
that's partially correct in the sense that some infrastructure provider implemented cleanup of sensitive of the cloud init script because it could contain. So it really depends by how it is your implementation of the infrastructure provider. If the infrastructure provider is security savvy, they're cleaning up this data. I know this has been implemented in. I'm pretty sure this has been implemented in AWS. I remember something done in KV, etc., etc. But let me say, I'm not saying that is not something useful. I'm just saying that is not enough. And I want that this is clear. It's just part of a security posture. Maybe it is necessary, or maybe it is not, depending from what. Let me say all the other pieces of the puzzle of security, and this is the first answer, the first comment. But let me say I will try to take a look. Going back to giving you an answer if this makes sense in terms of implementation detail, I go back to what Stefan was saying at the beginning with regard to other proposals. Let me say, just I think that we are really transparent in how we are approaching, let me say, priorities and backlog. In this release cycle, there are two big tickets that are basically the proposal that merged in the past, which are chained upgrade and in place. Incidentally, both of them are very complex, but we're making progress. And this is one priority. Second priority, which is in reality the top priority, is to have support for Kubernetes 135 and to get the release done in December, according to our plan. So here it is the catch. What is happening is that due to the fact that we are doing a bunch of changes and complex changes on main, as expected, we are getting a small an increase of test flake and failures. So currently it's not something worrisome, but they are increasing. And what this will imply is that as soon as we de-risk the implementation path for in place and change upgrade, if no one will help in root causing this and this flake or triages, is that we as maintainer, we will have to shift focus on the risk in the release and invest time. So if I can give my 2 cents, a suggestion to folks that are waiting for maintenance bandwidth is that you have to help maintainers and free up bandwidth for other tasks. And the flaking is one of those tasks that will pile up. I don't know if this makes sense. For me,
You
it makes
mean
a lot.
you need some help on that other bigger features to test them, right? Or you need us to test our own features?
I'm trying to set expectation for people that comes here and ask basically from bandwidth or time from maintainer by sharing what is the priority that we are working on. So that means that in our pipeline we have the work already in place and chained upgrade. Then we have to deflate the release, and then we can look at stuff that come in on top. So if you want to get attention before, you have to jump in and try to help the project in making progress by doing some work. And currently the work that is piling up is looking at flakes.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have some patch or stuff like that? We can look at it.
Thank you. I appreciate the offer. The release team is doing a great job in reporting flakes. We have issue for each of them. Each issue has a link to the failing test and gives you also some info about how frequent is the flake, and this will help. We also have videos on how to debug and to test locally. So, and if you need help to start with, and you have bandwidth, you can reach out and we can address you in how to do this work.
Great. And at the release team meeting, the CI signal subteam is, they're trying to get to the point where instead of just reporting stuff, they're actually addressing the flakes. So I think they're about to get there. They've been having weekly meetings and they're pretty well organized. So hopefully that will also help out the maintainers.
Yeah, definitely. They are doing, they're still ramping up on this side of the story, but we start seeing some traction there.
Good deal. Do we have anything else to say about the open proposals, specifically external CA or anything?
Aiko, again, thank you for showing up. This is the way to go.
Thank you.
Thank you too for the attention.
All right, we can move on to discussion topics. If you have any you've just thought of, go ahead and type them in after this one. But right now we just have Fabrizio talking about this survey.
Yes, this is a quick one. So 1 or 2 weeks ago, there was a message in the Slack channel from a person which is doing a master and is basically looking forward from a survey, so from some feedback working in multi-cloud, and is asked in the channel. There is a message which I linked, and I also linked the survey. So it seems something nice to do. So if you have a little bit of time, please consider answering to the survey here.
Sounds good. The link is right over here. Any other discussion topics? I don't see any hands. We can move on to provider updates. CapK has an update, although I don't think Mike is here. But seems like it speaks for itself. Bumped up to CAPI 110 and Kubernetes there. Oh, yes. And then he wrote, apologies, I won't, okay. If I read ahead, I would understand. And then CapH, which is the cluster API add-on provider for Helm, also was bumped basically for the same reasons, to come up to the next to last CAPI and current Kubernetes and a bunch of package updates. So just trying to keep it current there. I'll put a link in here in a bit. That's it for provider updates. Feature group updates. We have the machine pool working group met again yesterday. I don't see Richard here, so I'll go ahead and speak for this one since I was there. We did get a separate channel established. So if you have machine pool specific stuff that seems like it might clutter up the regular channel, please feel free to hit that channel. That's where we're going to try and constrain all our working group chatter to. Hopefully that'll keep us organized. And the things we've actually accomplished so far are mostly documentation. We updated a table of who actually implements machine pools. There's a PR out there right now, feel free to look at it, that kind of reworks the machine pool documentation and tries to answer the question, why would I use machine pools instead of deployments? And I think it does a pretty good job. And then we have, more or less, thanks to your help, Stefan, and others, we have a fairly complete list of things we know that need to be fixed, and people have been trying to assign themselves to those, and hopefully we'll see more progress with code as well. But we're still seeing a lot of people show up. It seems like there's a lot of energy, so we're going to keep it going. That is all we had on the agenda. Does anybody have anything last minute that they thought of? Otherwise, I guess we'll call it good for this week. Thanks for coming, everybody. See you soon.
See you.